Mic check, mic check, mic check. Motor Masters podcast, your host, man, of course. First and foremost, I want to thank all the supporters, all the listeners, all the people who support the podcast week in, week out, all the YouTube comments, all the Facebook comment shares, all the Instagram comment shares. Instagram went up last week, all the Instagram comment shares, all the reels. Just want to thank all the supporters, man. Everybody who support the page, support the podcast. Definitely doesn't go unnoticed. So I want to thank y'all first and foremost, as always. Um, Really, I didn't want to do a thinking out loud, but I'm gonna do one now that I'm here. I wanted to first and foremost say I apologize for the last episode I just put out, the comedians to Cedric episode, which I think is phenomenal from start to finish. I mean, it was gym after gym after gym. That guy, it was phenomenal. I liked that episode. Um, but yeah, man, I don't know. The first 10 minutes, the car got full, so I had to restart it, and I just couldn't find the first 10 minutes of the visual. So I just put a picture there, and I let the audio play for the first 10 minutes. What I didn't want to do was start the episode out of context and start at the 11-minute mark, and you missed the first 10 minutes. My apologies for that because there were things said in the first 10 minutes that I wanted to clip up, and I couldn't clip it up because I couldn't find it. So trust me, I'm upset about that. You know, I beat myself up a lot about whether I'm losing footage, losing content, or just not being in the right mind, or not having my ducks in a row. So that did piss me off. But all in all, the episode is great. About an hour and a half. Dope episode, man. Shout out to him. Shout out to him for winning Comedian of the Year too, of 2022 at the IHA, which is the Independent Hustlers Award. Once again, shout out to Jazzy. Threw it a phenomenal event. I think that I posted about it, but I posted the main thing is that I love when I see people happy. Like people seemed happy at this event, whether they won or didn't win anything. I don't say win or lose when it's an event like that, because if you're nominated, you don't lose, you just don't win. You only lose if you're not nominated, I guess, so to speak. But I don't want to call anybody a loser. But yeah, man, that was a dope event. It looked like people seem to have used it, or treated it rather like the Grammys. There was pictures taken. I seen people were dressed up. It was really dope. That and the SBAs. The SBAs was dope as well. But definitely shout out to Jazz, man. And shout out to Jane Bobby for throwing those award shows. I think there's one more award show. After that, we gotta stop. All right, no more award shows after that. All right, we're gonna have to just put the work in again another year, and then we'll roll it out. Come on, December, November. All right. But I did see one more award show. I don't know what it's about, but if you're from the city and you hear making noise, and or you trying to put people on, congratulate people, give them their flowers, uh, have them get credited for their hard work, I'm always gonna support that because I'm a big believer in giving people their flowers when they can smell them, and I'm also a big believer in support. I want everybody to be supported. So with that being said, shout out to all the winners of the IHAs. I did say that whether I won or not, whether for best podcast of the year or podcast of the year, best podcast, whether I won or not, I would have the winner of that category on the platform. I don't know the winner. I don't know them, but as I look further into it, I don't think they're from Augusta, Georgia, or I don't think they live out here at all. I think they live in like Charleston or something like that. I don't know. So I will keep my word. Actually, still, I will definitely if I happen to travel out there, 'cause I know some people out there. I want to do an episode that way. But if not, I also get the second place winners, or second place runner up to the award. The Boom Bap podcast. I like their podcast. Slim, my partner, he actually records that. He actually produces that podcast. So, I can reach out to him and get them on. I like what they do on the artistic side. So that was dope. So I definitely want to spread love, man. That's all I'm about. I'm about spreading love. So, win or don't win, an award or a nomination, I want people up here, and you'll see that in this coming year. I actually got people lined up, even from the SBA awards, who didn't make it past the first round, that I reached out to and said, hey, I want to interview you because I want you on a platform. I want you to get this look. I want to tell your story. I want to promote you. I want to put you on a platform and have people know what you do. Not because they lost, not because they didn't make it to the next round, just because me seeing that process made me think like, damn, this person's around, or we got this services, we offer this, and then we watching them on social media. I said, damn, okay, I like the way they carry themselves. So the pro and con to these award shows is the cons is you have people who feel like, they're entitled to something, or they feel like they're doing more than they're actually doing. They feel like they are of the stature of people that are nominated or that are winning these awards and award shows. That's the only con to it, because then they feel away and they get in their feelings, and then things happen that way. But then a pro is that you end up finding somebody that does a service or that does something that you didn't know even existed in your area, was around the area, or you meet a person due to that process of voting and promotion and voting and stuff like that. So that was the dopest part to me, is the fact that people that didn't make it to the third round, second round in the SBAs, or didn't win the IHAs, I was able to pick apart a lot of the categories for certain things, whether it's best new artist or best this or credit, or I got to see, okay, this person does that. Okay, we have this person, or even me, I'm thinking like, oh, this person's the best at that, and they still could be the best at that, but somebody might have won the category, and it's like, oh, okay, oh, that person do that. Okay, so we got more than one person that does this. So it was all good, man. I think it's always a pro if you look at it that way, and it's all about perspective. All this stuff is about perspective. It's about how you see yourself, how you see what's being put in front of you, and how you use it. I think that I've seen people use the award show to their advantage, and I've seen people use the award show not to their advantage. And that's sad, but it is what it is, man. Dope event, about two amazing people, two black people, Jane Barbie, Jazz Paul, like dope people, man. Can't stress that enough. So definitely shout out to them. I'm looking forward to next year, and looking forward to working with everybody that was nominated or that was recognized in both award shows. So shout out to Augusta for doing great, man. Shout out to Augusta, man, doing some good things, man. Um, with that being said, man, I got a lot of changes going on right now, so I try to record in abundance, so that when I can't record, or if in fact I can't record because I'm too busy, I can have a bunch of material out that people either didn't see, or I can clip up later on and put out. Right now, so if you follow me enough, when I start doing these thinking out louds, or when I was just talking in front of the camera for a little while, when I first started to put myself on camera more often, I had worked at a place for about 7 years or something like that, and I remember doing uh thinking out loud. I guess I think I was thinking aloud. I ended up doing one, just talking about it, talking about the kind of going away they gave me, and not knowing how much you impact somebody or impact people, not knowing what you mean to people in their day to day life, whether it's at work, outside of work, just not knowing how your presence is touching somebody, whether it's in a positive, negative, whatever kind of way, not knowing that. And so I've been able to have another opportunity to um, relocate, I guess, again, and I'm closer to home. Thank God. Jesus Christ, driving to Aiken was crazy, but I'm in a position now where I'm closer, but I'm in a different environment, a different situation, and I hadn't been 7 years at this new spot, but um, and a lot of the messages that I did get on my going away, on my departure rather, of that location, I was able to receive a lot of positive feedback of, just how much people will miss you, how much this won't this location won't be the same without you, and you look at that, and of course you like it, you want to know I'm doing good, I like that, I like the fact that I'm able to touch people in those kind of ways, and because in my position and what I do in that realm of my life, not everybody has that that impact on people. What I do outside of this would be considered, they call it dinner talk conversation. So like my my direction, my leadership, the things I say, how I speak to someone, what I verbalize, the direction I'm pulling them, my thoughts, my feelings towards them, all of that stuff, they can take home with them. Like I'm in that position where something I say can affect somebody's day, and they take it home with them. And you can become dinner conversation, meaning that when they eating dinner with their family, eating family, no Jeffrey Dahmer. When they eating dinner with their family, you can come up like, I hate my manager, or I hate my boss, or I hate this person I work with, and they did this and they said that. You can affect people in that way. So it's always nice to, when you have a departure, to have been able to affect people in a totally different way than what majority of people in that position are depicted to be. Not to say that I'm this nice person all the time, because anybody that knows me know I'm just not 100% all the way nice. But I'm not a mean person either, I don't think, depending on who you are at least. I'm just real firm, but I'm very calm. I'm very chill. I'm very patient. I'm not patient. I'm not patient. I'm very chill. I'm laid back. I'm wise for my age at least, and I think that has propelled me to be able to uh, communicate and also be on the same level with people who are older than me, younger than me, my same age, and then the fact that I don't. People have this. I have this thing with certain people, and I think it's only certain people that don't like being in a position that I put them in. But that's a different story. But I've heard, you think you know it, or you think you know this, and I've never said that, and I don't think I portray that image. I could not know something. I'm very confident, and I think being confident can come off as I know this, and that's what it's supposed to come off as. Don't mean I can't be wrong, right? But I've heard that in the past. But the thing is, anybody will tell you, whether they're older than me, younger than me, wiser than me, not as wise, if you have an idea and it's dope and it's good, we're gonna take it and run with it. If you give me feedback, my first response isn't gonna be to, but you. I'm gonna take it in and I'm like, all right, cool. I'll explain to you why I won't do something probably, but that's about it, you know? So I said to say, man, I had an amazing time at Aiken. I think I accomplished a lot of things that I did not set forth to accomplish. I didn't know going into that role, going into that location, that I would be able to build up somewhat of a resume or a name for myself in the way I did. That wasn't the goal. The goal was really to get away from the store I was at. I was just fed up with some things. And I said that before last year around this time, not last year, but last year when I did move in 2021, I was like, sometimes you gotta make yourself uncomfortable. And I was very comfortable where I was at, very comfortable where I was at. And I think being uncomfortable, being in a different environment, oh my God, that environment was crazy. I wasn't used to being around that many not black people, man. It was crazy. So I had to move a certain way, I had to adapt to a lot of things. I had to step into roles that I didn't think I would have to step into those roles because I never had to be a forefront person. Like I was a not a pup, but I was in management, but I wasn't in the upper echelon management to where it's like, well, I guess I kind of was, but I never stepped into that role. I might have had the name to do it, the power to do it. I just never stepped into it, and I was in a situation this time where I kind of had to step into it because if not, I don't think anybody would have, right? So, and I kind of just chosen to do so. And I stepped up to rise to the occasion. I did it, and I'm proud of myself. But now there's more things ahead, and now I have to step into something different, very quick, very swift, very rapid. That once again I didn't ask for, and that's another thing. Like this is thinking aloud, so I'm just gonna talk to y'all real quick. I didn't ask for that, so I got a call this morning about somebody feeling the way about something, and it's ain't even in my store. It's just on some bigger scale type stuff. And one thing about me, like anything that's coming my way, I didn't necessarily ask for. I just worked for it. I didn't ask for it. I didn't ask to be considered this person. I didn't ask to be considered the go-to guy for these stores or this surrounding district. I didn't ask to be somebody in the forefront for a certain position. I didn't ask to be none of that stuff. That wasn't my goal. That wasn't my intention. I'm a damn sure take it if it's there, right? And if it's in reach, I'm definitely gonna grab it. But that wasn't my intentions. All I did was put the work in, like I always say. All I did was go to work and do my job. All I did was try to be the best at my position. All I did was try to train and coach and develop people up under me. All I did was try to make it seem as easygoing as possible to be in my position. I feel like when you do that, uh, people want to be in your position. That's for one. You make it cool. That's for two. And then people, when they see you not stressing, just chill and calm, it makes them feel like everything is okay too. And that's what I always wanted to bring to the table, and I think I did that well. I hope so, you know. Sometimes I can be too chill. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I'm too laid back, but for the most part, I be chill. And so yeah, I don't ever ask for none of that stuff. So when you have people feeling away and saying things or whatever, I ain't gonna lie. Like a couple years ago, I would have got upset. And I'm not saying I'm not upset per se, but you know, I'm thinking about it. But new like me now is like I don't know. I feel like you be drama free as much as possible. You can't check everything as much as it irks me for somebody to say something about me. It irks me for somebody to use my name. It irks me for somebody to feel like they can speak of my name in a certain way when I am who I am. That irks me a lot, right? But I have to come to a common ground to understand to myself that it's not that important, bro. Like it's not that important. You just gotta let it go sometimes, and that hurts. But that's growth, and that's all I'm about. I'm about growth, man. Um, I try to preach it to people a lot of times, and I know it comes off as you trying to be holier than thou or you better than this person, but growth is. I would like to think growth is about being better. Like growth is really about. It's not about being better per se, because you could still grow and not be better. But normally when you grow, you be better. Like you're better off. You're growing. You know what I'm saying? You're making better decisions. You're better at something. I would hope if you're growing. So, excuse me. If you're growing and you had a temper problem, now I hope you're better at controlling that temper problem. It's not to say that you won't slap a motherfucker. It's not to say that you won't spaz out. It's not to say that you won't say the wrong thing. It's just to say that now you're better at controlling it. You may not be able to fully control it all the time, but you're better than you were at controlling it. And I think that's what growth is. Growth is just being better at something. And that's what I did. I went somewhere and I tried to grow as much as possible. I had some rough days. If you go back to my thinking out loud, I was out the door, man. Like, dog, I did interviews. I got job offers for the same amount of money to work for different companies. It was rough. It was rough. I'm not gonna say a lie, but I hold it together, and this is why, like this camera, this light, this microphone, this space that I have, I'm able to hold it all together because I can speak here, and then take my ass to work in the morning, you know. But I can speak here and then still, I can feel a way about something, and somebody come to me and they may feel the same way, and I can talk them off the ledge. And sometimes me doing that is talking myself off the ledge as well, you know. But I learned so much in that little bit of time, being in that environment, whether it be from things that happened that never happened before, whether it be from the store just being in West Bubblefuck and nobody wanting to come out there, no vendors, so you setting stuff yourself. Um, it's just a different. It was a different environment for me, but a lovely environment to say the least. Like honestly, I was it was dope to be there and to have accomplished the things that we accomplished there. Great walks with. I just had great walks. I had great visits, and I ain't saying I like me, but as a store, we had great walks and great visits, and we under some really great leadership, and I think we had some great leaders there, you know, and I think that I just was able to, I don't know, find my niche, and I went from there. So I don't know if that means anything to anybody I just spoke about, but you know, if it does mean something to you, cool. Um, Anybody that I work with that watch my stuff that knows me from being in there when I first came to when I left. I always tried to command the room, always tried to command the store, always try to command and step into roles. I always leave footprints everywhere I go. Um, you can credit that to just me being from where I'm from. From that's just my culture to leave your footprints where you go, and that's what I tried to do. Hopefully, I did a good job. Um, yeah, I think I did. I a lot of compliments I got from that place aren't things that's got a metric to it. So you look at numbers, might have pushed the envelope and made some good numbers. I might have saved on payroll. I might have did this, but damn all them numbers. I did a lot of good stuff in that location that it's gonna travel me for a long time. Like one thing I know for sure, the DS that I hired, the first DS I hired, the first person I hired at that store, the DS I hired, I remember people telling me not to hire him. Like, no, he's too immature. No, don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Separate them to it. He's just young. He quit one time and he didn't come back and I hired him. And that man today is like if not the best, he's the second best DS in that building. And that's something that a metric ain't gonna show you because you got to be there to understand it. You got to be there to see his leadership and to be that young and to be able to do all that stuff he does and to command the type of, I ain't even gonna say respect, but just to command the sense people to obey him there and just to respect him and respect his word and leadership there, being that young is very, very, very highly commended for me. I commend that to the utmost because I know at that age I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it at that age. I couldn't be him. And the stuff and the work he put in, and I don't know what it was. I can't. I would like to take credit for it, but I don't know what it was that made him do all that and have that. I ain't gonna say 360 because I don't know how he was. I may have that 180, but that's something that you can't. I can't show nobody. I have to talk about it. But it's a lot of things like that. It's a lot of people that I feel like grew that I helped groom or grow, and yeah, man, I like it. I like what I done. And I like what I do. And I do the same thing outside of work. So I want to end with this though. I want to end with um, I had this conversation with someone and we couldn't really come to a common answer of what it was, right? So I talked to Slim last night. I just assumed the person that I was talking to didn't want to have the conversation because sometimes I can come off as if I'm trying to uh, debate or, and I wasn't trying to. I wasn't the case. But because of what she does and what I do, I think we automatically go to that for this particular topic, right? So I wanted to talk about discipline. Let me look it up while I'm here. I wanted to talk about discipline and what it was and what it meant. And the reason why, because I saw something online and it was talking about a certain zodiac sign, and that's why I hit the person up. Their zodiac sign, it said it was super disciplined. I was like, let me go see if they think they super disciplined. So for discipline, I got the practice of training people to obey rules or a code of behavior, using punishment or correct disobedience. A branch of knowledge, typically one studied in higher education. See, I'm kind of I'm kind of figure I'm trying to figure out what it means to be disciplined, like what it means to be disciplined, not getting hit, but for self discipline. You know what I'm saying? Showing a controlled form of behavior or way of working. That's perfect. So disciplined means showing a controlled form of behavior or way of working. I asked that question because I feel like I'm very disciplined, right? And I talk about putting the work in, being consistent. Me right now, I ain't gonna give you my day. I do that all the time. But I've been up since 5 in the morning. Let's just say that. It is 8:08 right now. Right? My first thought when I got off work at 6, when I got there at 6, I got off at 6 something. I gotta go to the studio. I want to talk. Right? I feel like that's discipline. I'm a disciplined person because I'm making time to still get to the studio within my busy day. So I feel like that's being disciplined. I gotta do something because I gotta follow and I got a podcast. I gotta put this content out, and I gotta be consistent by putting this content out. So I put out content on a consistent basis. I feel like that's disciplined. I'm disciplined because I don't need nobody to tell me to do so. I'm just doing it on my own. I'm disciplined because I'm doing these things without being told to do so. Without being told, hey, when you gonna put an episode out, I'm putting them out. But then I asked in these conversations that I had, I said, well, I remember she told me, she says, well, if I motivate myself, then I can do it. So I think so. Because if I'm motivated, then I can get it done. And I asked, I said, well, if you gotta be motivated, are you disciplined? And I was asking, truly asking, because I'm asking now. Because from what this is saying, as far as it's saying showing a controlled form of behavior or way of working. I guess under that guidance, that would be considered to be disciplined. Like if you have to be motivated to be disciplined and you get motivated, then I guess you are disciplined, right? I don't know. Would that be considered to be discipline by motivation, self-discipline? Maybe we have to describe what type of discipline. Maybe there's different forms or different types of discipline. And that's what I was trying to get at. I was just trying that conversation. And I wanted to know, anybody that's watching, I want to know your thoughts, y'all thoughts, like, for discipline. Because technically speaking, being motivated is a controlled form. Like, now you control, like, I motivated you, so you should be disciplined now. Technically speaking, that should be fine. Right? I think. I don't know. I'm asking. I'm saying like you're looking at me, right? I'm asking. But for me, I think that when I think of discipline, I'm thinking about you having stuff set and you know what needs to be done and you doing it. Now, when you bring in the fact you have to be motivated, when you bring in the fact you gotta be told what to do, I don't know what if that's discipline or what type of discipline that really is. Because if I'm telling you what to do, or I'm telling you something, so then that me telling you that getting you to do that, are you really disciplined? Or are you just being told what to do and then you're doing it? And I'm curious because it's all different types. There's no right answer, no wrong answer. I'm not saying my type of discipline is better or worse, or your type of discipline is better or worse. I just want to know or come to a common ground of if you have to be, because it says controlled behavior or something like that. I don't know what it said. Controlled form of behavior or controlled way of working. And I guess me telling somebody what to do is a controlled way of working. But I just don't know. That's this. When you think discipline, I just think self. I guess I'm thinking self-discipline. I'm thinking you being able to do something on your own, or you sacrificing something, or you taking something away. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I need help. Like, this is what I want help with. Like, what's your definition of discipline and what you think it is? Like, I want to know from y'all. Excuse me. I have to know from y'all because now I'm really lost. I don't know. I came here thinking I knew what the hell I was going to talk about when it comes to discipline. I'm not sure. Like, I don't know. I could be wrong now. I don't know what discipline is no more. I don't even want to look at the phone now. But that's the conversation I had with Slim last night too. And, in Slim fashion, he told me a story. He didn't really answer the question, but he told me a story. And I don't know what the hell he even talking about now I think about it. But we both was like, we don't know. So I want to know from y'all, if y'all can comment on YouTube or send me a message or whatever. What is being disciplined? What is discipline in your words? Give me your own definition. Not only that, can you tell me in like what would being disciplined look like to you? And I'm curious about that. So quick thing aloud, nothing major, man. I don't know what number this is, though, I'm not gonna lie. 54? I could be wrong. But yeah, we out. I'm tired. I use my mixer. If you can see my mixer, I use my mixer. It's back, it's working. Well, it's a new one. Hopefully I like the sound, so we'll see. I got a mixer. One last podcast, we out.